Hi, everybody. Okay, so the Dayton Mobile Market is a nonprofit social enterprise that aims to increase access to healthy groceries in Dayton communities that have been labeled as food deserts. The organization was formed last fall, and the goal is to have a truck or bus up and running by summer. There's a lot of information, so this is going to be kind of dense. Let's get started. Much of Dayton is considered a food desert. This means there are many areas where people have limited access to healthy foods in the form of physical or economic barriers. And on top of that, you might have heard the recent news that Dayton was listed as one of the top 10 hungriest cities in the country, which is alarming. So this is another map that kind of has the same information. That little red blip is downtown, and the areas highlighted in yellow are the food deserts. So as you can see, most of them are on the north, west, and east sides of Dayton. So where do we come in on all this? Dayton Mobile Market will bring fresh produce, lean meats, dairy, and select non-perishables in a refrigerated bus or truck to Dayton's food deserts. So the plan is to fit a truck to incorporate all that and have it basically be a mobile grocery store. We have three main goals. One is to reduce the travel time for individuals living in these areas. Two is to offer groceries at fair market value. And then three is to educate customers about healthy food options and recipes. So reducing travel time is hugely important to a lot of these people, especially people who don't have vehicles of their own. There are public transportation options, but we found that in some cases it can take up to an hour and a half one way to get to the nearest grocery store. And even then, you're limited to what you can carry in both your hands. Generally, people living in food deserts are limited to corner stores as their source of groceries, and a lot of these places have limited healthy options, and even if they do, they are marked up very high. So our goal is to offer groceries at the same price that you would find at Kroger or Walmart. And then as part of the education aspect, we're going to be working with some chefs to develop healthy and tasty recipes that utilize some of the stuff that we're going to be selling at the markets. So along with a trained staff that can help answer, obviously, any questions, we will have leaflets and use smartphone technology to kind of distribute these recipes. And so Dayton Mobile Market, right, it is a nonprofit, like I said. The goal is to be completely sustainable. So after we get our initial startup costs and the first few months of operation, based on the projections that we've gathered from other mobile markets, it will be completely financially sustainable. So Dayton is also full of a lot of great people, many of whom are in this room, and yes, that is a hint. We strongly believe in collaboration, and we're working with a lot of people. I'm going to list this off really quickly. The Hall Hunger Initiative, Wright State University's Masters of Public Health program, students from UD's Dietetics program, the Collaboratory, and Homeful in particular has been instrumental in getting us off the ground. They run the Right Stop Plaza Market, and so they've been sharing a lot of information with us in that regard, and they've also assisted with the process of accepting SNAP and EBT cards. So by accepting that, as well as cash credit or debit cards, that allows us to serve more people and again, make it as close to an actual grocery store atmosphere as possible, and as well as treat anybody that comes in with dignity and respect. So as we get closer to the launch date, we're kind of working on more technology aspects. An example of this is in the future we want to use smartphone technology so people can scan QR codes on a recipe list. It brings them right to a video that they can watch, a quick 30-second video, which will also be available on the website. And then our initial target areas are kind of beta test areas, but our plan is to, as we gather more and more data from our customers, we're going to use that data to triangulate the best areas that we can serve, as well as sending out text messages and email alerts for when the bus is going to be at a certain location. So this isn't a untested idea. Actually, Matt Januzzo, which is one of our co-executive directors, he was involved in founding the Nashville Mobile Market, and since then, several mobile markets have successfully launched in the US and Canada, and we've been in contact with a lot of them, and they've given us a lot of insight to their successes as well as their challenges. And so there's two main challenges that we kind of anticipate needing to overcome. Number one is the upfront cost of obtaining and fitting a bus or truck. And two is gaining trust and support of the communities that we serve. So there is quite a bit of upfront cost in doing this to a truck or bus, as you would imagine. But we believe, once again, if we're going to do this, it's all about treating people with respect and dignity, and having a nice looking supermarket atmosphere is a huge part of that. And then we know that it's just absolutely vitally important that we have a good relationship with the communities that we're serving, otherwise there's no point in doing this. So we have a community outreach team, and they've already been out there, meeting people, a lot of religious and community leaders to try to develop that relationship. This is about half of our team. This is from the first meeting of many that we've had at the Collaboratory, who has graciously let us be there every single Sunday. We all get together every single Sunday, and we've been establishing more and more relationships with collaborators. And thank you so much. I know that was kind of a lot. There's so much cool stuff about this. I hope if you're interested, you either visit the website, check us out on social media, or Brianna Snyder and Matt Januzzo are both here, as well as myself. If you have any questions, just come up and ask. Thank you very much.